3, 2, 1.
2018. Well, that was disjointed. Welcome to the 2018 Bloggers Match.
Any ideas?
Hello everyone and welcome to another Nothing But Fishing, and it is that time of year again. It's the YouTube Bloggers Match 2018. Use the word match fairly loosely. It's going to be more of a social. It's kind of turned into more of a social over the years. We're still going to see who can catch the most fish, obviously, but the venue we're on today is Nash Lakes, Royston. We're actually on Wood Lake, so thank you very much to Alan, Nash and everyone that let us have this venue. It's an absolutely beautiful spot, and we've ended up pulling pretty much the nicest looking swim on the lake. We are in, what's the name of it again? Myers Tree, and it's an absolutely beautiful spot. We've got the wind pushing in here perfectly at the moment. Yet to find out about the swim or have a lead about. Forgot to bring any kind of marker set or deeper, so it's going to be leading about and seeing how deep it is. From what I understand, it's a fairly deep lake in places, down to about 25-30 foot. It shelves off pretty quick from the margins. So we're here for 48 hours. Hopefully everyone will have a fish. It'd be very nice. I think they go up to mid-30s in here as well. So any fish from here is going to be a pretty decent one. We'll see how it goes. I'll go around later on and show you all the bloggers that are here and talk a bit more about the areas they cover, their sort of videos. And hopefully we'll just have a great social.
It's a low bed chair.
That sags.
Ooh, ruined your bed chair.
Not as heavy as you.
How dare you. Hello everyone, and welcome to my tour of Wood Lake with all the different bloggers. I'm here with...
Fenland fisherman.
And your actual name is?
George Day.
Yeah, so You haven't actually been posting that much over the last few years, but give everyone an idea of the sort of stuff you have done and plan to do.
Oh yeah, so I'm an all-rounder. I've been on YouTube now for years. Probably not that far off as long as you've been on there, but a little bit less maybe.
Back in the day, I was 2009.
Oh, 2009 as well. Look at that, originals. So yeah, I've been an all-rounder, done loads of variety fishing. Do like my carp fishing, but really into my sort of specimen hunting when I get a chance to go. But at the moment, not a lot, I'm afraid. But
When was the last time you were out, bar today?
last time I was out, well, ironically it was this week, but before this week, it's probably the last bloggers match.
Nice.
Maybe.
So if you want to see more from Fenland Fisherman, go and check him out. Hopefully, we need to sort another session out.
We do need to go out again, yeah.
We need to rectify the pretty awful one we had
Hopefully we'll get
a
chased
year
off
or so
this
ago.
time.
But yeah, I'm going to move on. Hopefully you'll have something. You're right next door to us as well, so
Exactly,
I'm
yeah.
sure we'll know if each of us have something. Bye.
Perfect. See you
Any
later.
last words?
No.
Good Dobby. Borada. This is
Dan Jones
from.
Carp Course and Swansea.
That's all you need to know. Now I know you because obviously for many years, but for those of you that may not have known your channel, what's your uploads? What sort of area do you cover? Swansea probably, but
Yeah, well, anywhere in, well, at the moment it's Wales, and then panning across when we go to the bloggers matches and random. I got France now next week. Fishing the lake we fished 2 years ago, so it's a lot of fishing going on. My computer just burnt out, so all my uploads are suddenly halted. I've lost a hell of a lot of footage. 2 uploads that were set to go, lost, gone forever. But they were bream fishing, and nobody likes bream anyway.
nice one. So if you're interested in that sort of area fishing, planes coming background, Nodstar, Pop the Pig. I'm here with,
Lawrence Hanger,
and you're the YouTube owner of.
the Riverbank Diaries.
So what sort of stuff do you cover? You're fairly new to me. I watched some of your stuff the other day, but what I saw was sea fishing. But so what
Yeah.
sort of disciplines, areas? What do you cover?
Well, my true passion is, rivers, small rivers, barbel, chub, but I class myself as a true all-rounder. Fish for anything in flowing water, really, from grayling to, nice big river perch, chub, but barbel are my absolute favourite.
And how long's your channel been going?
Just over a year now, I'd say, probably about 18 months. And but I have recently been a student, moved down to Cornwall, so I've had to, because there's not much coarse fishing down there, I have had to get into the sea fishing, because it is a bit of a sea fisherman's paradise down where I live at the moment.
Falmouth or?
Newquay.
Oh, Newquay.
So
Nice.
yeah, it's good fun. And yeah, I mean, I've literally got my mullet fish down there, my wrasse fishing down there, because everyone just fishes for the bass. It's all sea bass now. I literally get all these beautiful wrasse and mullet marks to myself, so I absolutely love it down there.
And considering you're river based and doing a bit of sea stuff, you're actually the first to catch today. So what exactly were you doing to catch it as well?
Jammy git.
You heard it here first. Be a jammy git and you'll catch one. Cheers.
It's I swear by my new bait, Asp. It's the angling centres, like exclusive bait, and since moving over to this good quality bait, my catches have just improved so much. I'm getting so many more fish. It's just incredible, especially on the barbel front. Yeah, amazing bait. But it's proved it today, 20 minutes, and lovely 18-pound mirror.
Nice one. Well, he's managed to slide his commercial in there. I'll see you again later.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
So I'm now in the swim called Badger Hole with.
We just doing names.
Yeah. should we do like
This was going. Sean,
and
Hugh,
and your YouTube channel is.
the fishing bloggers.
So what sort of areas do you guys fish? Disciplines, I'm guessing predominantly carp fishing, what I've seen. But just so for everyone at home who wants to answer, and where are you mainly based?
Well, we're based in Bristol. We do most of our fishing is sort of probably an hour's drive or so. So Oxfordshire, Syndicate up in Abingdon, and then in the usual places, Linear, Coken Farm. What am I forgetting?
Just generally around the southwest, to be honest. I mean, Hugh tends to do a lot of carp fishing. I do a bit of everything, but I tend to only blog the carp fishing, to be honest, because it's a lot easier. So,
How long have you had the channel going for?
I started it about 4 or 5 years ago, but I uploaded a video and didn't put anything up for about a year. And then I used to go fishing with another mate. We did quite a few sessions, did a little bit of videoing. I had an old camera, it's rubbish, and got a few views, but didn't really take it that seriously. And then I met Hugh through work a couple of years ago, and we kind of made a bit more effort since then, and I got a bit more camera kit and that, and it's kind of gone from there, really.
Nice one. Right, well, as I was on my way around, I was interrupted by Lawrence having another fish. I'll get to that in a second, because right now I am with...
Martin Davis.
And your YouTube channel is?
Martin's Angling Adventures.
There we go. So what areas, disciplines, what sort of thing do you cover on your YouTube channel?
Just mainly carp, mate, to be honest. Yeah, I haven't really dabbled in anything else other than that, to be fair. It's only been going maybe like a year, 18 months tops, really. So, yeah, I've not really ventured out of the whole carp scene, really. So,
I think you were on one of my videos back probably two summers ago, the charity match at Hunt Street. But what sort of what venues do you cover? What's your main place you go?
Mainly it's down like the Cotswolds area, so you know, Cotswold Water Park. I've got a South Cerney ticket, so one of the memberships down that area that covers like 3 or 4 different waters. So just been dabbling in amongst those on work overnighters, really. So yeah, just trying to split my time up really with sort of work and, you know, family and whatever else. So yeah, just work overnighters down on Club Lakes, really.
And this venue, ever been here before?
Never been here, mate, before. Like, asked a few people online about any info or anything like that. Probably like most people have, to be fair.
We all come with the same amount of knowledge.
Yeah, just like say stuff that you see on the net and, you know, bits and pieces that people feed you across the you know, various social sites. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. But it's a stunning venue, mate. Love it, and it's my sort of venue. Do you know what I mean? Up close and personal fishing. So I'm looking forward to the next 48 hours, really, seeing what it has in store.
Nice one. Well, hopefully everyone will have more fish, and
fingers crossed.
Not just Lawrence.
Yeah, well, he's in the right place, right time. Fish were in front of him this morning. I have got fish down in my bay, so I'm going to keep everything crossed that something slips up in the next 48 hours, bud. So yeah, fingers crossed, mate.
Right, I'll see you in a bit.
Nice one. Cheers, buddy.
On to the next swim, and we have... And your YouTube channel is? Oh, and look who's just come around for the interview. Well, someone's just woken up. Tell us your name first.
Chris Fennell.
And your YouTube channel is? Carp King.
Carp King 71.
There we go. Now, I know you.
Do that bit again. I've sound like a dick then when I forgot my own channel name.
And that's the end of this interview. Thank you, Chris, for your time. What sort of venues do you fish? Your different venues. I guess you're predominantly carp angling as well.
Yeah, all carp venues. I get a bit bored sticking to one venue, so I don't go to just one venue. I like to go to all over Bluebell Lakes, Farlows, Linear. I like to mix it up with me fishing. Also keeps the videos a bit more fresh, yeah, that's the word. I like to play with various bits of tackle.
I didn't take long, did it, for you to get a pun in there? Hopefully you'll have something. It's a lovely looking venue. I think you'll agree a vast improvement on last year's. We won't go into that, but if you want to watch last year's YouTube bloggers matches, go over to Chris's channel, because he gives a very in-depth
it's not even worth it,
uncensored opinion of the place. But hopefully you'll have something. I'll be around again some other time. Hopefully you'll have something. Lawrence has had 2, by the way. While you were asleep, he had a 25.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, I'll let you get back to sleep.
Nice microphone, by the way.
Thank you. Well, I am now with
Matt.
And your YouTube channel is?
Mafty UK.
And so what sort of venues? So I've just noticed you've got about 24 cans of Magners. I'm going to have to come back round yours later.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime, Joe, to be honest.
So venues, locations, what sort of thing does your YouTube channel contain?
Well, it is a bit of everything, really. I don't just do carp fishing. I also do wild camping and hammocks and a bit of bushcraft as well. So there's a lot going on, and I very rarely find time to do everything. So jack of all trades, but master of none, I would say, to be honest.
How long have you been doing your YouTube channel?
Not that long, only a couple of years. A couple of years, that's all. I mean, I just spent most of the time watching other people, and then decided that it was I can do that too. So I had a go at it, and it's good fun, really, isn't it?
I mean, anyone could be better than Fennel, so it's very easy
anyone
to
can
do.
be better than Chris Fennel. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice one. Well, hopefully see you again later on with a fish.
Yeah, I hope so.
Just
too,
the one
yeah.
swim providing fish at the moment, but I'm sure hopefully we'll all have a few.
Well, it's all in the margins, I think, isn't it?
Mhm.
He seems to be doing well, so good luck on him, and well, good luck on me too, I think. But let's have some.
So I am now in the swim of,
Stu Harris.
and your YouTube channel is.
He's the Sweet Corn Kid.
And before we get into your YouTube channel, I have something for you that you left in the lake and drifted into our swim.
Thank you very much.
So your YouTube channel, how long have you had it, and what sort of thing do you cover?
I've had it about 2 years. I used to be a writer. I wrote 2 books. And since I've had less time for fishing, I don't write so much anymore. So I was really enjoying the YouTube channels that I was watching, and I really wanted to get into it. So I started filming myself with a phone originally. The first video I put out was a phone wedged in a fork of a tree. And I got some quite good feedback from it, so it just progressed from there. I just added to my camera kit, and I love it now.
What sort of venues do you fish? I know one of yours is a private syndicate, but area-wise, where are you from? In that?
Portsmouth I'm from, and because of the limited time I get to fish, I really fish local waters. But I'm quite lucky. I work on a naval base, and there's a lovely old Victorian moat on the base. It's got some lovely old carp in there, and it's very, very private, obviously, because there's armed guards on the gate. So I'll get to fish there for a few hours after work, and it's perfect. It's really idyllic.
Yeah. Well, is that the one I saw the other day, your birthday pool? Yeah, look, beautiful fish in there as well. Just quickly going back, you said you've written some stuff. So what books have you written before, or what have you published?
Well, basically, I'm a big fan of sort of a passion for angling, Chris Yates, that kind of stuff. So I started using vintage tackle, and I completely turned my back on carbon and modern tackle. Sold it all, and just had split cane rods, centre pin reels, a Kelly kettle, that sort of thing. And I wrote a book about my transition from the new stuff to back to the old stuff, if you like. And that was published through Little Egret Press, and that sold out. So I was quite chuffed with that. And just recently, I suppose in the last 6 months, I published my second book, a much thicker book this time, with some really nice illustrations in it. That was called A Coming of Age. So that was a book about how the dust has settled, how I'm finding life, and trying to work fishing around family life and work life, and basically, like the rest of us, just trying to find it with no time.
And lastly, the name Sweet Corn Kid, where did that come from?
Well, in A Passion for Angling, Chris Yates caught a carp, and Bob James said to him, "Oh, well done, the Sweet Corn Kid," because he caught it on sweet corn. And I used that as a forum name many years ago, and it kind of stuck. So it's followed with me, and I just carry on using it now.
Nice one. Well, all the best for the session.
Thank you.
I think we're all hoping to have some fish. Lawrence has had a couple now. Lovely fish.
Yes,
It'd be nice for us all to get into them for you.
I'm watching with envy.
And last but no means least, I am here with
John.
And your YouTube channel is?
Bankside Blogger.
So what sort of venues, your area, and sort of disciplines do you cover?
Predominantly carp, a little bit of light lure fishing, things like that every now and again, but pretty much predominantly carp. I fish Cheshire, Staffordshire, Shropshire, that sort of area. Mostly on my club water at the minute. I've always fished day tickets, but I joined a new club this year, so I'm doing a club water campaign on there, on a few different waters, from silty meres up to sort of big sandpits and things like that. So yeah, just targeting big old carp. Doesn't really matter how big they are, to be fair, as long as they're old.
And
really old.
Today you're just round the corner from us. What are your tactics? Have you found any decent spots, or not feeling too confident yet?
I'd be lying if I said yeah, wouldn't I? I was picked in that peg just behind the camera over there, which is called Bar, that's it. And I moved down to one called Toilet, because it's a little bit bigger and has a few more margin spots as well. So I've put a little bit of bait in around some of the snags, hemp, corn, crushed up boilies, some of the new liquid sweet corn from CC Moore, bit of that in there. So I put that in around some of the snags. I've got one rod on one of those spots at the minute, just on a little snowman rig. I'm leaving the other one till tomorrow maybe, just to let it settle, have a bit of bait in it. And then I've got a zig out on the other rod, just casting it round everywhere really. Just seeing if we can bring anything up. That's on a 10-foot zig, that is at the minute. I had a deeper out earlier, and there was fish all over the front of my swim, absolutely everywhere, from tiny up to a bit bigger. So there's something out there. Whether it's just all the rudd that are nailing the floaters or not is another question.
I think that's the thing. A few people have got fish pinging about, but there's big shoals of roach and rudd going around. It could be doing it.
Shoals.
So, well, it's the coming towards mid-afternoon of the first day. We got pretty much 48 hours ahead of us, so I'm sure, hopefully, everyone will have a fish.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm going to go back to my own swim, crack open another one of these, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Morning everyone, a very uneventful night for us in this swim, other than maybe a liner at one point that woke us both up, but there's been a few fish coming out, especially this morning. I think Dan was the first to have one, just over 20 pound, was it about 22 was it? And then the fishing bloggers had two on zigs, I think 9-foot zigs, and I think it was a mid double and then a low 20 as well. Martin had another one on zigs, I think it's about mid double again, low double. Michael, who rocked up last night, had two. He had a 19 in the night and then another one early morning, which was just over 20 as well, just under 21. Beautiful fish. So fish coming out, I think that's everyone covered. Just had one this morning. So plan of attack is bring the bottom baits in and put zigs out for the day, because there's no point in sitting on the bottom. We've got about 25 foot of water in front of us, so I think minimum 8-foot zigs, and give them a try for the day, and then put bottom baits out back in the evening. Good little Dobby. Well, update time, it's just gone 3 o'clock and no fish still in this sim. There's a few fish have been coming out around the lake. I'm not sure when I last did a talking piece, but I'm sure I'll overlay all the shots of fish that have come out since then. But we've also had the bailiff come round, known as the captain, with a gorgeous golden retriever called Candy, who I wanted to keep. But he gave us a lot of tips basically, and we did know beforehand that a lot of people have said it's a margin-based water. So changed some rigs. He also said bright pink pop-ups do well. So I've got one rigged up with a bright pink pop-up, the same rig as what I was using before, just added a bit more putty, and it's just perfectly, correctly balanced, floats down, well, sinks down and just sits just off the lake bed. This is going to go just the other side of the reeds in our margin because it shelves so quickly. He said just an underarm cast, not even 10 foot out, will be suffice. So we're going to do that. Little amount of bait as well. Again, something we weren't doing to start with. We were putting out a fair few spawns on each spot. So rod out, handful of boilies, handful of crumb, whatever, on both rods, and that's going to be the tactics. Currently got zigs out. We've been roaming them around all day. We've been between 8 and 10 foot, I think. A lot of fish have been coming out on zigs, but it hasn't paid off for us yet. But that's what we've been doing today, recasting sort of every half an hour. We've got the social barbecue in about 3 hours or so. So these bottom bait rigs or pop-ups will go out after then. So we're going to have a nice social this evening, and fingers crossed the final night into tomorrow is when we're going to pick up a fish or two. What were you doing back there?
Nothing.
Good Dobby. You didn't realise you were chatting to a gay guy for a few hours. YouTube bloggers 2018, hope you all had a great time. Cheers everyone. Hopefully, those of us that are blanking, there's one I've missed. Those of us that are blanking, catch something tonight.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly dilly. Well, we've come to the, I'm not sure what camera to look at actually. Well, we've come to the end of the Vloggers match. Hope you've all enjoyed yourself. And is very custom, not everyone has stayed till the end. This always seems to happen. But it's been a very good, enjoyable trip. Hope everyone has. Not everyone caught. I know we didn't. But Chris, you won last year. Have you treasured it throughout the year?
I have.
Your plaque seems to be the cleanest.
Day. I've looked at it every day. I've kissed it every day. And it has been the pride of place on my mantelpiece at home.
Can I have it now, please?
No, because you didn't win.
Oh, you can hand it straight over then. Lawrence, congratulations on your PB
mate.
and winning the match.
Well done.
Thank you very much. There you are. Hold on to that till next year. You got to get it engraved yourself, mate.
Come back next year now. That's not a problem.
Right, I hope you all enjoyed it. See you next year. No worries. And see you again next time. Everyone, fade out. Fade out camera.